$2 billion. Two of them. That was the jackpot for today.
Last night's Powerball. I'm gonna tell you something, and guys, don't be surprised at all by this. But I did not win.
Now, how much money did you spend on the lottery ticket, bro?
I bought $10 worth, so 5 tickets. My boy Petey Pop spent about I think it was $26, right? $26, so 13 tickets.
Okay, I found out about it last night. So had I known before, I might have dropped a fat Benji on it. Damn. But still, I mean, the chances of you winning is like 1 in.
I don't even know at this point.
Not
I
good
think it's
odds.
based on how many people buy it, but a whole lot of people bought it. So
here's the crazy part, though: $2 billion, and how much did the winner take away after everything was said and done?
So they say that if he takes the money sum, it's going to be somewhere between $900 to $100 million, right? So you just went from being a billionaire or a billionaire to not being a billionaire,
like that. Yeah, because Uncle Sam always gets their cut. And originally, me and Danny were saying like, oh, the winner was in California, so of course they're gonna be taxing in California. I mean, California has some high taxes. There's a lot I can say about that, and
guess what?
Libtards.
Dude, California does not have a lottery tax.
Yeah, California.
Same with Texas.
Texas does not. So I mean, the fact that they took that much money out and it wasn't because of like personal income tax or anything like that is.
Well, I think that the original. So you get the two options, right? You get the the like for life yearly payment, and then you get the large lump sum, right? But I think if you choose a large lump sum, the Powerball deducts a certain amount before the taxes deduct a certain amount. So basically, you won $900 million after the lottery decides to take its chunk, and then the tax people come in, which I think is like 37% for federal taxes. So that's cutting it down to like $600 million. So you went from $2 billion to $600 million, which $600 million is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
God damn, you were a billionaire 2 hours ago.
Yeah, before Uncle Sam got in the picture,
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, well let's kind of transition. Okay, first I'm really curious, bro. Like, what would you do with $600 million? Bro?
$600 million. First things first, buying a house. I'm buying 3 houses. One for me, my mom. Probably about 5 houses. Probably about 7 houses. Right. That's gonna be about, let's say, $500,000 a piece. That's $3.5 million. And then I'm gonna buy a bunch of Audis. I'm gonna buy an R8, an RS6, project car that I'm gonna build. That's probably about another million. So that's 4.5. And then I'm gonna, I don't know, invest in people's businesses. Become like a, what is that thing called? Hedge fund? Not hedge fund. Capital ventures investor. I'd be an investor. I would invest in that money. But after that, man, that's a whole lot of bread, man. It's like $500 million I get to hang out with after spending it on friends and family.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would, like he said, you would have to actually try to spend $600 million if you have that much money. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the crazy part is that Uncle Sam, I mean, especially when you own your own business as well, like, it really fucking hurts after every, the end of every quarter, or if you pay yearly, like after the year, after, when your taxes are due, that shit fucking sucks.
Well, shit, even as an employee, man, I remember when I used to work overtime, there was like a sweet spot between 70, 80 hours a week where it wasn't worth it to work any more overtime because taxes just hit so hard. It was like, fuck that, man. I'm just going to cut myself off at like 72, 73 hours. And make about what I would make if I had worked 81 hours. Because they'd be taking off the top, man.
Yeah, and I've seen
that ass.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, you hear like rappers and stuff talk about it. You know what I mean? I heard Cardi B, like, she had a whole rant. I think this was like in 2020 or 2021, and she was like, "Whoa, where does all my tax money go? That's fucking ridiculous." Because it was when her career was taking off. And when you're making millions, you're definitely gonna be paying millions. most likely in taxes. But 2 Chainz once said, he said 35%, that's really close to 40%. And 40% is almost close to 50%. You know what I'm saying?
That's half.
That's half of what you're making. So that shit fucking sucks.
Yeah. Either way, though, had I won, I'd be sitting on at least $500 million. So I'd have been cool. So, Your homeboy from California, charity starts right here, baby.
Yeah, he has not claimed his.
Or he or she or they.
They
have not claimed. Yeah. We don't know who the winner is yet.
Yeah, them have not claimed their. Yeah, we don't know the identity, and Dan thinks that it's probably because he's seeking financial advice, which would probably be the smartest thing to do. I think that they're waiting for the steam to, blow over a little bit.
I think that one of the first things you hear about if you win the lottery is seek financial advice from 1, lawyers, and then 2, financial advisors. And then also don't let anybody know because I don't know if y'all watched that movie. What was it called? Lottery Ticket? You seen that shit with, Paz, you seen that movie? With Bow Wow. I think it's Lil Bow Wow. Yeah, the first thing that happens when you tell people you hit the lottery, they don't come after you for that lottery money or even the lottery ticket. So I know they're definitely making sure they got the moves right before they come out.
Yeah. So I mean, they say on average though, lottery ticket winners usually go back to their old financial states. You know, after like I'm looking it up right now, but I can't look up.
It's the more you make, the more you spend. There's actually a TV show about it. So a lot of people actually go on spending sprees, gambling sprees, investment sprees that go south. So basically, the more you make, the more you spend. Like, let's say I make $80,000 a year, right? I'm gonna buy myself a really cool conservative car and rent out. You know, I'm in an apartment right now, so I rent out my apartment, and it's, you know, prices are okay, right? But if I'm making $1 million, it's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy $1 million house. But guess what? There's electricity costs, there's water, sewage, there's, I mean, shit, hopefully not HOA, but maybe HOA. So there's monthly costs to living a lavish life. So some people do that. I've seen one where some guy was like a druggie, so he just blew all his shit on cocaine, and then he was broke.
Yeah. It says here that on average, lottery tickets are likely to go bankrupt within 3 to 5 years. And it's saying the biggest reason is because they stop working, they give too much money away, they negate taxes negates the winning, and they also go crazy spending. So I mean, this is kind of something that I was thinking about. Like, if I were to win the lottery, like, you know, buying houses and stuff and buying cars and stuff, like, I definitely, obviously, you know, with 600 million, you have the luxury to do that. But I would first think about like buying assets, bro. Like somehow that I can make like money generating, like your brother.
Houses.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like I said,
no, houses are actually, believe it or not, houses, if you're living in your house, it's a liability.
Well, not if you have 7 houses.
Rents out a room. Okay,
be living in 7 houses.
Good point. But Danny said for his mom,
he said
for
mom,
himself.
brother,
so unless your mom also,
Pops,
so if
Joe's, you can get a house too, bro. Shit, all my friends can get houses. That's 11 houses. Damn, I mean,
I'll take a free house.
You see what I did there though? I said all my friends now I'm broke. That's one of the biggest things. You spend too much.
You spend too much. So listen to you, Mr. California. I don't know if you're watching this. I might have to run ads in California for this podcast, so you can maybe watch this little.
Here's what I do. My advice.
Speaking to the mic, Dan. Speaking to the mic.
Don't buy your friends a bunch of shit. Invest in businesses for your friends. I got friends, personal trainers. Invest in the business. Yo, I'm gonna invest in the shop for you or a gym for you. Now you got a whole gym. I run a detailing business, right? I'm a one-man band right now. Said I'm getting a whole shop. You know, Josie, videographer. Now I'm gonna recruit a bunch of photographers, videographers. He's gonna have 4 or 5 events going on at the same time. Now guess what? He's generating money, and I've invested, so I'm generating off of his generations. So now we're just making income, bro.
Yeah. So and here's the smart thing about that, because let's just put it in like perspective, right? Like if someone comes and asks you for food, right, you're gonna feed them, right? Mm-hmm. And then if they're gonna get hungry again, they're gonna ask you for food again. You know what I mean? But if you teach them, how to cook, how to make things, you know what I'm saying, or put them in a position where they're able to provide for themselves, you know what I mean? Then not only, it's not only have you liberated yourself from a little bit of a burden, but now you've also fed them as well without them having to depend on you. You've made them independent. You know what I'm saying? So investing into your friends and them building, generating their own money or building their own wealth, I think is like the perfect way to position the people around you, instead of, having them depend on you. Be like, hey, I need a certain amount of money.
That's crazy. There's a story about a fig tree. If you guys haven't heard the story about the fig tree, look it up. I could tell y'all, but it's about 1.5 minutes, so I'm not going to bore y'all to death with it. But essentially, instead of take and with that multiply, and then you won't go broke or dry, and the fig tree itself or wherever the source is won't go dry, and nobody has to die. You basically all just thrive. So look it up. Fig tree story is pretty good.
Yeah.